everybody, Shalom from the Tabernacle of David Prophetic Dance Center in Jerusalem. I wanted to talk to you today about balancing caring for ourselves and caring for others. You know, when I first came to faith, I recall reading in the scriptures, it says to prefer one another above yourself. Well, for me, that was so easy because I was codependent. There are many explanations and examples of codependency, but the one that I like best is the example of this. Someone asks the wife how she's doing today, and she says, I don't know yet. When my husband wakes up, I'll let you know. For example, I don't know how I'm feeling until I know how my partner's feeling. So there's a codependency there. I love that example because that's an extreme codependency. So many of us are caretakers, which nurturers is a great thing. But when we have gone overboard and we don't know how we're feeling until we know how our partner is feeling, is very codependent, and we need to break free of that. So for some of us, caretaking is very easy, and the qualities of being a nurturer is wonderful. But when it is way out of balance, that's when it's not healthy. And I remember my life scripture when I first got saved. The scripture jumped out at me, so I call it my salvation verse. Yeshua said, "He who loses his life for my sake shall find his life." So when we die to this earthly life, this human life, living for ourselves, and we begin to live for God, that's where we find life, because we find life in Yeshua. And Yeshua said, I have come to give you life, life in abundance. So life in abundance is nothing outside myself. It's the Spirit of the living Christ, the Messiah, the Mashiach, the Anointed One that lives in me. That's where life is. And no one can take that life from me because that life is within me. And you know, I don't know if you all know what an anti-missionary is. Certainly if you're Jewish or if you live in Israel, you know that it's someone who is against the good news, someone who's against Yeshua as Messiah, against. And I've had some amazing experiences going toe-to-toe with anti-missionaries. Even was set up on a blind date with one many years ago, a few years after I was saved. And it was the most exciting night of my life. At a Shabbat dinner that started at 7, ended at 3 in the morning. Actually, when I met this gentleman, he had the whole Bible. He had the Hebrew Scriptures and the New Testament, the Brit Chadashah. And Jews don't carry the New Testament unless they are saved or they're anti-missionaries. See, what they don't understand is what they think, not only do they want to take you away from Yeshua, but they want to bring you all the way into Orthodoxy, to become an Orthodox Jew. And what they don't understand is that the Messiah living in me, no one can take. And so what they think is that if they can show you that the New Testament is tainted, that you'll go, oh, I see the light. I don't believe in Yeshua anymore. And in fact, maybe I'll become Orthodox. But what they don't understand is Christ in me, the hope of glory, that Yeshua, the living, breathing Messiah, is alive. His Spirit is alive in me. And so there's nothing they could ever show me that would change my faith, because I have encountered the living God. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. You know, it is the most exciting thing for me as a natural evangelist. Most Jews can't keep their mouths quiet about what God has done for them. Most Jews I know are just natural evangelists. You know, we were looking for love in all the wrong places, and we have that hole until we meet the Lord and He fills that hole up. You can be very, very lonely. I mean, this is a pandemic loneliness, right? But God, but God, but God. So be encouraged. Let's try to find a balance. Let's stay nurturers. Let's stay loving. Don't let the enemy take the love out of your heart. You're a lover. But let's get a balance of it so that we know how to take care of ourselves and we don't neglect ourselves, but we continue to love others. A lot of people who were deprived or lived or grew up codependent They've gone the opposite direction, and now it's like nobody matters but me. And so, of course, that's not healthy either. So we need to find the balance. But if we want to have relationships, then we need to be emotionally available. So if we are the center of our lives, we're in trouble. God needs to be the center of our lives, and then He really teaches us how to love. Because how do you really genuinely love? How do you really know compassion and mercy if you don't have the living Messiah in you? He makes all the difference. God bless you from the city of rejoicing, Yerushalayim.